Welcome dear student. In my channel we are going to deal with the animal diversity first. In animal diversity first we are going to deal with the protozoan. Hope you understand the earlier lectures of animal diversity first. Before going to deal or the start with this today's topics, you are requested to kindly subscribe my channel and press the bell icon for update of latest videos. Now afterwards we'll move to the today's topic. Today we are going to deal or study the paramecium. In the animal diversity first we are going to deal with the one animal type, that is paramecium. This paramecium which is belong from this kingdom Proteasta. It is unicellular eukaryotic organisms. For this kinds of the difference between prokaryotic and eukaryotics, please go through the link which is provided into the description box, which shows the distinguishing characters of the prokaryotic and eukaryotics. Then you will better understand about the prokaryote and eukaryote. So this kingdom Proteasta, it is the kingdom of unicellular eukaryotic organisms, and these are these well organized individuals with the cell which is having all these different kinds of the organelles which perform the functions which has been performed by the higher animals, and there are different systems in higher animal for performing the different functions. So in this single cell these animals are able to perform these functions. So let's see the classification of this paramecium. This paramecium which belongs from the kingdom Proteasta, unicellular eukaryotic organism. Then phylum Coeliophora. We already discussed the characters of this Coeliophora, in which we have taken this phylum as a subphylum Coeliophora. It belongs from the class Ciliata because it is having the cilia. Then this subclass Euciliata, order Holotricha, then family Paramecidae, genus Paramecium, and species Caudatum. So these are the classifications of paramecium. This is the genus and species. Genus is a paramecium and the species is Caudatum. This is the scientific classification of paramecium Caudatum. If we see the habits and habitat, it is a free living freshwater ciliate which founds in freshwater ponds, lakes, detaches, then marshy places. So where the algae are in abundant. Then if we see the size, then it has 170 to 350 micron in length. So that is about the size, 170 to 350 micron. Then if we go through the shape, it is having the sleeper like structure. So this is the structure which is just like that of the soul of sleeper, and that's why it is also called as sleeper animalcule, the animal which is look like as a sleeper. Then it has the holozoic mode of nutrition, that is animal like mode of nutrition, and it is found in freshwater pond, lakes, streams, detaches, marshy place, and so on. So this is about the classification of paramecium. There are different species of the parameciums which found all over the world in freshwater, like the Paramecium aruli, Paramecium multimicronucleatum, and this Paramecium caudatum. This species we are going to deal today. So after this classification, we'll move towards the structure of paramecium. As I already told you, it is just look like as a soul of sleeper, and that's why it is commonly called as a sleeper animalcule. If we see the structure, so this is the structure of paramecium, which shows this the soul of sleeper like structure, measuring the size 170 to 350 micron in length. Then we'll see the one by one. First of all, we'll see this structure which is showing these boundaries in the form of this pellicle. So this is about the pellicle, which is somewhat uniformly structures presents all over the cell, and all the structures presents within the pellicle except this cilia which emerges out from the pellicle. Pellicle, it is a cell wall which is generally somewhat rigid, as well as it is at the same time it is somewhat flexible, which can, the animal can, with the help of these kinds of the flexibility of this pellicle, it can generally twist or the bend, but the structure remain as it is, like the sole of slipper. So it give the particular shape, that is about the pellicle, which give the particular shape to the individual outermost covering of the cell. Now just from that of the pellicle, these hair like uniformly distributed hair like structures which arises outside the cell, and this hair like uniform structure is called as the cilia. Singularly it is called as the cilium, and plurally it is called as a cilia. So these are the cilia which are present all over the cell, and at this kinds of the posterior sides they are somewhat larger in structures, and this is called as the caudal tuft, where they are somewhat larger in size. So these are the cilia, and the function of cilia is to give the help the individual in case of feeding, and the chief and main function of the cilia is locomotion. It helps the individual to swim into the water, to locomote into the waters. With the help of this synchronized movement of the cilium, it generally show the movement into the water. So these are the cilia, and these kinds of the cilia arises from this pellicle insides. And this is, if we see the structure of this pellicle, this is the structure of pellicle, which showing this neuroneme. Then again this neuroneme, after the regular interval from this neuroneme, this cilium arises, and which emerges outside this pellicle wall. Then this is the wall of this pellicin, which made from these kinds of the pellicin, wall of pellicle. Then opening of the trichocysts are also present. These are the trichocysts. This depression of the pellicle, this is the wall of pellicle, and here these trichocysts are present. These are the trichocysts. These are the trichocysts. They are offensive in structure, which can be again regenerated into the cell. The animal can throw out this trichocyst if any kinds of the predator individuals which attack on the paramecium for the hunting purpose. So these are the defensive kinds of the structures in paramecium. Then if we see the ileus of cilium, in ileus of cilium it shows these kinds of the structure. Centrally it has the two central fibers, and at the margin it has 9 marginal fibers. This 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 and 9. So this in case of TS, it shows such kinds of the structure. This is a TS transverse section, this is ileus longitudinal section. So likewise it shows the 9 peripheral or the marginal fibers and 2 central fibers of the cilium. This is the structure of cilium. Then if we see the different cell organelle which are present into the cell, first of all we will see these kinds of the dotted structures. The dotted structures which is present near to the pellicle, these are called as the ectoplasm, and which are present inside the cell or not near to the pellicle but away from the pellicle inside the cell, which is called as the endoplasm. So this ectoplasm and endoplasm presents into the cell. Then again it has these structures circular structure which is called as a contractile vacuole. There are two contractile vacuoles in paramecium. One is anterior and another is posterior. So these two contractile vacuoles present the two side and which help in case of excretion, removal of nitrogenous waste, as well as these contractile vacuoles also help in osmoregulation, maintaining the salt and water balance of the cell, which remove out the excess amount of water from the cell. It has the radial canals, which these are the collecting canals which collect the water and it ejected out from the contractile vacuole. So these are the two contractile vacuoles which are present in paramecium. Along with that, at the center it has two nucleus, larger kidney or bean shaped nucleus which is called as a macronucleus, which is vegetative in nature, which help into the growth, not in case of any reproduction and not having any concern with the genetic information or the material. Another nucleus which is a smaller one, which is called as the smaller as well as oval one, which is called as a micronucleus, and it is the important nucleus in case of reproduction, whether it is by the process of conjugation or binary fission. So this is the micronucleus which carry the genetic information. Then at the lateral side of the cell it has this oral grooves. This oral groove is present to the lateral sides, and this oral grooves is the first region of the cell where the food enters, through the food enters into the cell. Then it has the cytostome, cell mouth. Cytostome means cell mouth. From this oral groove, food passes to the cytostome. Then it has cytopharynx. It has the cytopharynx next to the cytostome. It is somewhat elongated structures or long structures. Then from the cytopharynx, this food get vacuolated. It generally has encapsulated or vacuolated, and it has the wall which presents over the food from the cytopharynx, that is the food vacuole forming or the formation of food vacuole. So likewise this food vacuole formation is carried out. Then this vacuole circulated with the streaming movement of the endoplasm by cyclic manner inside the cell, and all the processes occurs over the food material and the digestion takes place. Then later on, unwanted undigested food particles are ejected out at the lateral posterior sides, where this opening is present, which is called as cytophagy. It is commonly called as a cell anus, through which the undigested waste are removed out. So this is about the cytophagy. So likewise, this is about the structure of paramecium. The species we are going to deal is the paramecium caudatum, and it shows such kinds of the structures. Hope you understand all these kinds of the structure of paramecium caudatums. Still you are having any doubts or the query, please feel free to write into the comment box. So I will try to solve your questions. And once again, thank you very much for watching the entire video.